Hi boys and girls, it's time for story time again, and today's story is by Julia Johnson. She is an author who lives in Dubai and has written many stories about animals, characters and traditional tales from the UAE. Today's story is Humpy Grumpy's Mission Improbable, and I thought you might enjoy this story because we're all stuck in Dubai today. We can't go out and we've got to stay inside to make sure that we keep safe for ourselves, our families, our friends, and even our teachers. I hope you enjoy today's story. Make sure that you're comfortable for listening. Humpy Grumpy loves the movies, the stories and the stars, the action and adventure, and chases in fast cars. He'd love to be a stuntman, and with daredevil flair, he'd leap from burning buildings and hurtle through the air. He'd scale the sheerest cliffs and climb the tallest trees, save the goodies from the baddies, swim shark-infested seas. Humpy's always dreaming of wild and dangerous plots in which he's the action hero and gets to call the shots. Sometimes when he's strolling around his hometown of Dubai, he marvels at the buildings which almost scrape the sky. The soaring Burj Khalifa is the tallest of them all, almost half a mile high, so he feels rather small. He was there to see the Spider-Man, agile as a cat, claw his way right up the tower in only 6 hours flat. Humpy loved the opening night, the spectacular display of 10,000 sparkling fireworks which took his breath away. Below the tower, the fountains, lit up by beams of light, the dancing sprays of water, a most entrancing sight. And when a base jumper leapt from the very top, Humpy stared in sheer amazement and thought his heart would stop. Then Humpy began to wonder if he could do the same. As an acrobatic camel, he'd really make his name. He could see it quite clearly, the glamour and the applause, the queuing for his autograph, the Oscar in his paws. Well, one day whilst admiring Burj Khalifa in the sun, Humpy is struck with horror and at once begins to run. He searches for the lift, people scatter at the sight, for a stampeding camel gives everyone a fright. The doors close behind him and he shoots up to the top, an ear-popping minute, and the lift comes to a stop. There's shouting all around him, but Humpy pays no heed, for he is on a mission to perform a noble deed. He gallops to a window, sees a figure flying past. He doesn't recognise the face, for he's going far too fast. He grabs a piece of cable, which is lying on the floor, and swings through the window with a loud and mighty roar. Halfway down the Burj Khalifa, with still a way to go, the cable pulls up short, leaves him dangling to and fro. Thank goodness for the movies and all those action scenes, and our heroes feeling strong after eating all his greens. Shining up the cable, our camel spies the man. Good gracious, he's a film star, and Humpy is a fan. Humpy looks embarrassed, and the cameraman just groans. The director holds his head, then shakes his fists and moans. No one need be rescued, no one need be saved, and so it's all for nothing, these dizzy heights he's braved. The film star stares at Humpy with a look of pure surprise. Where's this camel come from? I can't believe my eyes. Humpy's feeling rather silly, dangling in midair, with the crowd down below him, staring up from the square. Then he hears a little cheep which comes from high above, and looking up the tower, he sees a frightened dove. My mummy built a nest here to have a penthouse view, but I haven't learnt to fly yet. I'm not sure what to do. A real rescue mission, but Humpy must make haste, for the little bird is wobbling and there's no time to waste. The baby birds need saving, that indeed is very clear. But oh my goodness, oh dear me, it's a long way up from here. Humpy accepts the mission, impossible though it seems, for daring stunts like these are the stuff of all his dreams. The star throws him gloves, and Humpy hears him call, Here, my friend, wear these, they might prevent a fall. He puts them on. Hey, these are rather neat. He can clamber up the glass, for now he has sticky feet. The baby dove is trembling as our camel's face appears. Hop on my head, shouts Humpy, and the fill crew give 3 cheers. But the way down is tricky, and the gloves lose their grip. Humpy hears the crowd gasp as he begins to slip. A window washer's cradle interrupts his downward flight. Humpy Grumpy grabs it and hangs on very tight. But the bird takes a tumble. He's dropping through the sky when he hears Humpy yelling, Just spread your wings and fly. He does as Humpy tells him. Well, there's nothing else to do. And suddenly, yes, he's flying. Wow, can this be really true? The crowd shouts and claps as Humpy Grumpy lands. Reporters gather round him, notepads in their hands. Acrobatic camel gives the crowds a thrill and performs amazing stunts with daring and great skill. Humpy's a superhero, not quite the perfect shape, but he really looks the part in his bright, red shiny cape. So will he go to Hollywood, see his name in lights, walk the red carpet, attend the opening nights? Humpy doesn't think so, and do you know the reason why? Well, there's plenty of adventure right here in Dubai. I don't know about you boys and girls, but I've had lots of adventures in Dubai. Can you think of your very favourite one? I'm not sure I'd like to take the adventure that Humpy Grumpy took, but he was very brave and he helped the little bird. Enjoy the rest of your day, boys and girls, and stay tuned for our next story time. Bye-bye.